All right, y'all, welcome back to the Late Night Vision Show, episode 210. We are glad to be back with you, and I'm going to jump right into it and introduce the co-host of the show, Mr. Jason Robertson, owner of Outdoor Legacy. We are back, man. It's good to have you back. We've got a fun little topic we're talking about today, and we're probably going to make fun of each other. It's probably what's going to happen at some point in this show. What's going on?
I fully plan to make fun of you. And I fully plan to be made fun of.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that before the show, my wife was texting. We've got kind of a group text between Hans and his wife and my wife and I. And she was already texting smart aleck comments about my hunting bag and gear. So it didn't start off. I was not happy about all that. But no, it's gonna be a good show. And I tell you, guys, we have been doing nonstop reviews for several weeks on the podcast, and we're glad to jump in here with an interesting and fun topic. I'll just go ahead and tell you, I was telling Hans before we were recording this, it just seems like every day the ladies in our office, Angela and Michaela, are getting phone calls saying, hey, when are the guys going to record, the review on this? We're waiting for the review on that. I mean, yesterday, I know about 4, a guy was calling, hey, why have y'all not reviewed the Kryptons from Pulsar? Why have you not reviewed the Protons, the clip-on? There's tons of stuff, guys, and we will be getting to it. It's just going to take some time, but we don't want to overload you.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have some other, hopefully interesting, fun topics and stuff in between.
I think we're doing this for ourselves because I think everybody loves the reviews. I think the monotony for our reviews affects us more. So we have to work in a show that you and I are interested in. But I'm looking at my list, and I'm going to turn around behind me because my board where I have all of our scopes. Yeah, I mean, we've got the Pulsar clip-ons coming up. Both of the iRay Micros we got to review. There's some. We need to mention the Bearing Optics too. The announcement that we made on social media.
Oh,
we need to get into that. We've got you got the vibes are out that we're going to put some information out. I'm going to do some videos on YouTube about. I'm releasing my full review of the Pulsar Thermion 2 XP50 LRF Pro today, which Friday, if you're watching now, Friday, May 6th is when that show or that episode is going live.
Yeah.
So we've got
the AGM varmints. We're fixing to do that review. We've got I think we on the list. I don't think we've already done this. I think we've got the Envision Nox 35. We have something. At least one optic, if not multiples, from every manufacturer. Hey, we got the new Pulsar Axions. Those things are all shipping. We've been using that.
So
tons of stuff. If you're looking for reviews, this summer is going to be the summer of reviews for sure.
So go ahead and tell everybody about the news that we broke this week about Bearing Optics. I tell you, they are in the driver's seat right now. If you're talking about, there's a lot of companies making good moves. I mean, the big companies are making good moves. Bearing Optics they are making some strong moves right now.
This is a strong one right here, boys. So here's the deal, and I'll say this quick because I know we're gonna get to this show, but Bearing sent us a scope to test and demo, and they said we could announce it publicly, and it's coming hopefully by the end of this month. This is May 2022, so end of May, 1st of June. It's going to be a new Super Yoder. Okay, so the Yoders are their 640 by 480 12 micron thermal scopes. It's their same normal small compact body style. Comes with a standard just OEM Bearing quick detach mount, and it's going to be a Super Yoder 25 millimeter. A 1.5 power base magnification. So, all right, stick with me here before I give you the price. So, a 640, their normal Super Yoder high-end image quality, 25 millimeter, 1.5 power for you close range shooters, $3,495. That is insanity, folks. That is $300 more than their 384 resolution Super Hogster. There's a lot of 384 scopes in that $3,300 to $3,800 range. So we've actually, got this scope below some 384 resolution scopes. Now, I want to say one quick thing, guys. As soon as we broke the news on social media about this, there was already some comments. We had some phone calls really quickly, and a lot of the concern was, oh my goodness, I just bought a Super Hogster, and it's 3 power, and I should have bought this for. Guys, we'll get into all this. This scope being a 1.5 power is a very different scope than buying a 3 power scope. All right. So we want to be clear. If you're a coyote hunter and you're trying to stay in that $3,000 to $3,500 range and you're shooting longer range, the Super Hogster is probably going to still be what we would point you to. This is the 1.5 power is definitely going to be geared to the closer range hog hunters. Sure, you can still zoom it up to 3 power and have a good image, but I just want to be clear, because there was immediately there were guys going, oh my gosh, I should have bought this. I'm like, well, hang on. What how are you using it? It's a different scope.
It's for a very, very specific type of user. I don't want to just say hunter, because there's a lot of people out there that use it other than hunters. But so that was big news that broke, and
big news.
Yeah, and thankfully Bearing Optics, we know they watch the show every week. I mean, religiously, and they allowed us to break the news. Very happy about that. So again, y'all,
very much.
If you want the latest and greatest breaking news, you need to tune in every week for the Late Night Vision Show. Like we said, we'll have more news about Bearing Optics. I'm excited about sharing the iRay Rico, the iRay Micros with y'all. Man, I've been using them. I've got both of them. The 640 is unbelievable. The 384 is fantastic. I mean, the versatility of these things, hunting with them, using them as binoculars, they're awesome. They are worth the hype, and we're going to be discussing that soon. And
yeah, so I want to say one quick thing here. Commercial alert. Put the VCR on pause. Listen, we're rattling through a bunch of optics, and there's there's guys going, what are you even talking about? I came to see what's in your hunting bag. We're fixing to get to that, but listen,
I don't know if anybody cares what's in it. Well, hopefully people care, because they're tuned in, but
they probably don't care. They probably there's two guys.
Well, I'm interested to know.
Bangor, Maine.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what's in my hunting bag right now too, because I did not have a chance. to look
that's
through
right. That's exactly right. I'm wondering if I'm going to find a 3-year-old granola bar in there. But anyway, what I was going to say is, guys, if you're interested in any of the optics, not just we've talked about here, but anything, please give Hans and I a call at Outdoor Legacy, 877-350-1818. That is our full-time profession, is reviewing and selling thermal and night vision optics. Actually, I'm going to make a distinction. Reviewing these scopes is not our profession. Our profession is selling them. We review them, but we need people to buy them. That's what keeps this show going. And so we would love to have your business, any kind of thermal or night vision optics that you're looking for. Give us a call. You can always go to the website, Outdoor Legacy Gear, GEAR, outdoorlegacygear.com. Or like I said, Hans has got the phone number up on the video, 877-350-1818. We would love to have your support, have your business, and help you get into the optic that works best for you. That is our shameless commercial, and there'll probably be another one towards the end, so you can unpause your VCR and let's get rolling, Hans.
Nobody knows what a VCR is anymore. But
everybody, hey, all our listeners are our age.
That's right.
They know
that's
what
right.
VCR is.
So
that's right.
Yeah, and people ask, when's the best time to buy a thermal? The summer, man. You've got a lot of new optics out. We have a lot of stuff available in stock that normally we don't in the busy times. Jason and I have a lot more time right now to sit and talk to you. We got a little more time on our hand, because we don't, we're getting a lot of calls still, but gosh, during the fall and winter, it is just like, you're just trying to keep up. But no, thankfully, I've actually got a little bit of time now to eat lunch and enjoy my lunch and not eat it, while I'm eating a sandwich while I'm on the phone. But all right, let's get into the hunting bag thing. So this is a topic that Jason and I, we've had this on our list. So we have a list of topics most of them, y'all, are terrible ideas. Most of them are my ideas, and they're terrible. And we,
I agree with both
yeah,
of those
and
things.
we don't usually get to those, but you got to put it on the list because I think that can spark other ideas. Whatever. It's a a virtual whiteboard. It's a service we use, an app. Anyway, so the hunting bag deal has been on our list for a long time. And for some reason, we've always skipped over it, but we do, believe it or not, we get a lot of calls and people call and the conversations start about scopes. Obviously, they're calling because they're interested in buying a scope. But a lot of times the conversation turns to gear, right, Jason? Like tripods, rifles, calibers. What are you doing for calling in coyotes? I mean, you can imagine people calling in, and this is, to a lot of people, this is a hobby. To Jason and I, this is our business and our career. But
Correct.
when people get on the phone, I had a guy, and I'm not stalling, I promise.
I think he's stalling. I'm
no,
yeah.
but a guy called and said, "Man, it is just nice to talk to somebody that's interested in what I'm interested in." So because he said nobody around me thermal hunts, nobody has thermal, nobody knows anything about it, and none of my buddies do it, but I'm way into it, and it's fun to be able to call and talk to somebody that's just as into it as I am. So for all of you out there that love the sport as much as we do, I think you're going to like this episode. So we're going to be taking a look at what's in our bag. And again, I don't know. I have to reach over and pick it up real quick. This is going to be interesting to see how we're going to do this. If you're watching on YouTube, there's going to be a lot of fumbling going on. But I got a pretty big bag.
Fumble fest.
I tell you, man, I am a pack mule. It is ridiculous.
It's true.
You're carrying rifle. The other night I was carrying 2 rifles because I had 2 optics. I had 2 rifles, 2 binoculars, my bag, 2 It's amazing. I don't even know how I do it sometimes.
I don't know how you did it. I'd like to see
it
that.
I tell you, I was fumbling around anything else. But without, again, knowing, I know some of the stuff that's in my bag, but if you're a coyote hunter, you're probably going to like my bag better than Jason's. I'll say that. How about that? So if you're a coyote hunter, keep your ears perked up. For hogs, though, I mean, it's easy. You scan and walk out there and shoot them a lot of times. You may call from time to time. But, all right, I'm going to start, Jason, because this is on top. Y'all are going to hear zippers and Velcro and all this. First of all, I have a feeling
that Hans's bag is going to take like 3/4 of the show, like my wife unpacking her purse, and mine's going to be like 30 seconds. Like, here you go.
It's very, like, the anticipation is very high, and then it gets to the climax, and it's a dud. People are like, oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. It was disappointing.
So, first of all, I want to say I've had a terrible tick infestation with my hunting bag, and I have not told you this.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, so you go out and hunt. Well, when I go out and hunt, I'm calling coyotes, and we're in the South. It's this time of year, ticks get really bad.
Oh yeah, they're bad.
I set my bag on the ground while I'm calling. It's sitting in the grass, whatever. Man, I'd get my bag, take it back to the truck, and I have had ticks. Like, I've had more ticks on me in the last week than I've had in the last 7 years. I don't know. They got on my bag and then they got in my truck. So, and I'll be sitting in my truck, waiting in the kid line to pick up my kids from school, and I'll feel a tick crawling across me. Anyway,
I will not be getting.
I've had a terrible. I have now had to spray my bag down with off pretty much every time I go out there, just to keep ticks from getting on it. Anyway, so now into the meat and potatoes of what we're here to talk about. What is in Hans's hunting bag? The 3 people out there that tuned in that want to know, will get right into it. So,
well, we had a lot more people 15 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago. I have a mini tripod, and this went with my Coyote Caller. I'm using a different tripod now, but I kept it in my bag because I use this also for cameras. So I'm gonna hold this up. I also carry a big camera, DSLR, Canon. This is, if anybody cares, it's a EOS Rebel T6. It is not a fancy camera, but it's the one that gets out in the field. But for cameras and pictures, after you shoot a hog or a coyote, you need a tripod to set it up. So this is a little bitty tripod. Jason, this is something brand new I just put in my bag, and it is people are going to laugh at me because there are, like, you can buy this and they're a lot nicer than this, but this is a drag, a coyote drag.
Oh yeah.
So
there's some nice ones.
yeah,
out
so
there.
I found whatever I could find. This is just a this is a game camera strap. Like you strap to a tree, and it's I know
gosh.
you're like, this is the biggest redneck whatever. But I needed something that I could slip over my head and down to my waist, and insert fat jokes or whatever. I had to tie two of them together or whatever. Yeah. So to slip over my body, and then I've got this paracord that it's got a slip knot. I had to YouTube on how to tie a slip knot, but I got a slip knot on it. But this is, dragging a coyote out of the field, 100 yards. You would think, well, a 30-pound coyote's not that big a deal, but your old arm and shoulder and wrist gets wore out. But these drags, this is brand new. I just made it, so it's very low tech, y'all. It's not fancy. I have no brand.
I think we need a picture of this thing wrapped around Hans.
Yeah,
it's not cutting pretty. In as he's sweating, walking.
It's not pretty. I can promise you that. So, let's reach in one of these side pockets. Okay. Well, the first,
this is a
here's
disaster.
Here's what my bag looks like. It's pretty big. I mean, it probably looks bigger on camera than it actually is, but it's actually a duck decoy bag. And the reason why it's got to be so big is because my Coyote Caller is so big. So, in the bottom of one of my pockets, I got this Coyote Squeaker, the mouse squeaker. I've talked about this before. We did a coyote hunting show. I carry this thing everywhere I go in my pocket, but it's a little $6. I think it's a Primos coyote squeaker. Sounds like a little mouse, and I've called in a ton of coyotes with that thing, and really, it's the best $6 ever spent. If you need to figure out where I'm getting all this stuff out of my bag, and I'm gonna have to put it all back in after the show. Man, okay.
The sacrifices that you make.
I got the world's cheapest pocket knife, folding pocket knife. I don't even know where I got it. Hey, you probably have one, but these little headlamps, LED light headlamps, I'm showing it right now. They're really cool. I don't use it all that much, but it's really cool to have if you need it, if you're trying to do something, I don't know, set up for pictures, or if you're trying to get some back strap or something off a hog. It's pretty cool to have. Obviously, I've got my regular flashlight for taking pictures with. This is what I use to take pictures, just basically get some more light on there. Another coyote mouse squeaker call. I don't hardly ever use that thing. To me, it I don't know. Haven't had a lot of success with it. I'm not going to tell the brand because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. The most important thing, Jason, I'm on my other side of my bag. A half used roll of toilet paper.
Wait a minute, folks. Hold on.
It wasn't. It was on top.
Hang on. Just a minute. We may have to cut this. But when you say this is half used, what does that mean? Do you have used toilet paper halfway? Used?
2-ply. You can pull 1 ply off of there, and you still got another ply. No. I guess what I meant to say for people that can't see what I'm showing is this roll was twice as big as it is now.
I think what you're trying to say is you got half a roll of toilet paper, not
exactly.
Half used.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Oh, this show is officially off the rails.
I've got my remote caller for my regular caller. I'll talk about the brand and everything, but it's got this cool little what do you call them? Lantern straps. A guy on Instagram, Just a Russ, on Instagram, made these for Jason. I remember these little.
Oh yeah, Russ.
What do you call these things?
A customer and a good guy. Yeah, a lanyard.
It's a lanyard. Yeah, it's a lanyard, but really cool. And that's what I use for my Coyote Caller. I hang it around my neck, and it works awesome. It works perfect. Okay, Dave, we're almost done with my bag, so let me just. Where's the? Okay, sorry. I gotta open this. There we go. All right, so
This is the worst show ever.
this is the greatest show ever.
It is the worst. Oh my
So okay, the Coyote Caller. I have to carry this with me every. I carry all this stuff, and you can ask anybody. I carry all this stuff with me everywhere I go out hunting. So my Coyote Caller is pretty dang big, but I use a lot of people ask about the Coyote Collars. I use this is a Lucky Duck Revolt, so I think this is one of their top of the line. I think they've come out with another one since that's a little bit better, but that's the Coyote Collar I use. Love it. I think it was about $400. They are not a sponsor of the show. I wish, because I love their collars, but that's the one that I use. And here's the tripod that I use for my collar. It sits up a little bit higher. But that is that's it. Are you overwhelmed or underwhelmed?
I was. It could not be over soon enough. There were.
Okay. Before we get
telling
into,
you.
well, go ahead and I'll get into.
Hang on. Here's what I was going to say. We've learned one thing. You went to the dollar store to pack your bag because you've got the world's cheapest, sorriest mouse squeaker that you don't even give the brand name. You've
I
got
said it was a
$6
Primos
mouse squeaker
Oh, yeah,
that's a Primos.
okay.
Well, you got another
that's
one or
true.
something you didn't like. You've got the world's cheapest pocket knife. You've got a half-used roll of toilet paper. I mean, this is
I know the
terrible.
toilet
It's
paper is
just-
probably not even a name brand toilet paper either. You know, it's probably
It doesn't matter when you need
the
that
Dollar
out there.
General brand toilet paper. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well.
Okay.
So okay, we're gonna get to Jason's bag, and I will say this: Jason's wife, who is very witty and very funny. Her name is Amanda, y'all, and I know that if you're a loyal listener to the show, she knew what our show was about today, and she texted the group like Jason said, and what she said was to the effect of, everybody knows that Jason has a father fanny pack for a hunting bag, and I thought that was hilarious, a father fanny pack, because
It's not.
I've
a
never
fanny
I've
pack.
never described it as a fanny pack. I've always called it a man satchel. So Jason's bag looks like a man satchel to me, but fanny
Okay.
pack, I will accept that as well. And it's yes. So please tell us
Folks,
what's in your man fanny
this-
pack satchel.
Okay, this is. I
Show is completely
Y'all
off the
got
rails
me.
at this point.
You're killing me. I prefer to call this a tactical side sling.
Yeah, listen to this, y'all.
See,
Listen to the name. Say that again for the audience. Describe what you call this, because y'all, he
It is
says
a-
this with all seriousness when he talks about this
I
bag.
am.
But go ahead.
This is very serious. I was not laughing about this until Amanda and Hans got
Yeah.
on making fun of my bag this morning. It is a tactical side sling
Tactical
bag,
side
and that's
sling.
exactly
Just
that's
because-
tactical
yeah,
side
Just
sling.
because
So,
somebody,
look, I'm gonna
just
show you.
because
Hold on.
some company makes something OD green, I guess they can call it tactical. You know, because it's a tactical.
It is OD green, and it is. Listen,
I've seen
all
it. I
so hang
know.
on. I'm gonna back up here. Look, this thing is. This is awesome. So look, I'm gonna put this thing on. Next, I want you to put on your coyote dress.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, you put this thing on like this. All right. Oh, this is a disaster. I've bumped everything, hit everything. You got it across you. This thing sits on your hip down here. It's nice. You can still carry a rifle on the other side, so this thing works.
But you know,
and if
man
you-
purses, like, have you seen guys now that wear the man purse and they strap it over their shoulder just like that? It's like, but
Yeah, there's
isn't.
not many guys we're in my part
Well,
of East Texas that are wearing man
it's
purses.
theirs isn't
All right,
OD
so I'm gonna go over
green
this
either,
bag.
but yeah.
Here's what I like about this bag. It is all joking aside. It's called a tactical side sling bag, and what I was showing there, it goes across your body. It sits on your hip on one side. I can strap my rifle going across the other, the opposite way, making an X across there. So my rifle is down on one side, this bag's on the other. You can literally, it's got a buckle here. You can flip this up so that all this stuff, if it's raining, whatever, stays dry. You can even take this. We do not sell these bags. This is a commercial. This is, you can take this.
I don't think
and,
there's going to be a lot of requests for this bag after this. I don't know if this
cinch it up
demonstration
tight.
is
All
going
right.
to be.
So,
yeah.
so here's what I carry. My this is way easier than what Hans has got. All right. So first thing in this back pocket here, carry probably the most important thing, and that is a spare loaded magazine. When you shoot as bad as I do, and you
forgot.
shoot a lot, you need a spare magazine. So there's another 20 rounds of 6.5 Grendel in there.
I did not have that
And
in my
then
bag. That's yeah.
see?
I am not a real
That's-
hunter,
no, you're
y'all.
a
I don't have another magazine
that-
and ammo in my.
Well, you're a coyote hunter, and so
only need one
you,
round.
You got there
Yeah.
one round, and yeah. So all right, I keep a camera. It's not as fancy and big as Hans, but it's just it's a nice Canon camera. I like using that for pictures. One of the reasons is Hans didn't get into this, but a lot of times we'll use a very long shutter speed. So we'll maybe leave that shutter open for 8, 10, 12, 15 seconds, whatever it is. And you want to be able to manually do that. You're not really going to do that with your camera well. So I use that. And then I found this out today. So I've got this little LED headlamp. Nothing fancy, but I did find out that when I pulled it out, the strap is completely off of it and it's broken. And
Haven't used it in a while, huh?
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. I did not know that. All right, so this is going to be quick and simple. Right out here on one of the zippers, I have got this American Defense Manufacturing lens cleaning kit that has come in very handy. That little lens cloth. Many times you splash mud or get water or something up on your lens. Want to clean that off. In the front here, I have got some Cr123a batteries. A lot of the scopes that we use and test use those. And, guys are always telling me well, I'm just worried I'm going to get out in the field and the batteries are going to go dead. It's like, me too. And here's enough to run all night.
Yeah.
So it's not just a
That's
Ziploc
true.
there. If you are a Pulsar Thermion shooter, you're going to know what this is. This is the tall battery cap for the APS 3s. If you use the taller batteries, you got to have this battery cap or, the battery won't stay in. Always want to keep one of those around just in case. This right here, very simple. It is surgical gloves, latex gloves, in case I'm, skinning a hog or something like, Hans said, cutting back straps out or something like that out there. Or sometimes it's just dragging them off. If they're just completely nasty and I'm not going back somewhere where I can, rinse up. Hans mentioned, ticks. This time of year, these hogs are covered in ticks and stuff. Coyotes as well. And so sometimes I'll throw those things on. Moving over here, I have got this unzipped. Got just a regular handheld flashlight. I use that a lot. And I carry this a lot of the times. It is a collapsible tripod. It is small. You can see here, it's not big. I'll stick this down in one of the side pockets. These legs, if you take these legs all the way out, it's a normal height tripod, but I can use it low or high. Again, just because I'm carrying this nicer camera. And, all right, I'm getting this out of the way. That's basically it, folks. I try to go a little bit lighter. I'll tell you, I'm not as big of a guy as Hans. I'm not a pack mule. I don't know how he carries.
So I got back problems now.
Talking about 2 rifles and 2 tripods, I can't do it. So normally, and I do a lot of walking, and I get wore out carrying, more than this. This is plenty. That's cutting into my shoulder. My rifle's cutting in. I'm carrying a tripod. Normally got on snake boots or at least rubber boots or something. So that's all I want to carry. I try to keep it down to the necessities. I do think that the toilet paper is probably a pretty good idea. I'm gonna get mine's not gonna be half used.
Well,
I'm gonna probably stick some in there. But yeah, so again, this topic, in all seriousness, we have been asked many times, what do you carry in your bag? And I think everybody's a little bit different. Hans, he's got a lot of stuff in his bag.
Well,
mine is.
Here's what I've determined just by doing this exercise. I've got everything laid out on my desk now. My hunting bag is a lot like my life, and that's cluttered. I think I live my life this way, is cluttered. I didn't realize I had this much just junk that I carry. But I feel like I got a use for everything. But it's
well, Hans knows I'm a little bit of a neat freak, so I'm a little more. I want to get down to just what I need and not have it too cluttered. But that being said, in seriousness, that stuff that's in there, I mean, well, that seems obvious. A flashlight, rubber gloves, spare batteries. Well, I mean, it's just, it is. It's to me, it's the logical necessities. Now, if I'm going and I'm not going to be hunting here on my own place, and let's say I'm going to Hans and, we may be out on his mule somewhere 3 miles from the pickup truck or whatever, I might have another bag with more stuff in it. I might have another box of ammo. I might have, I'll tell you something else. I didn't even show it there. I forgot to open one of those compartments. It's got my, just the little foam earplugs with the little, cord on them. I carry those. The reason being, I don't normally wear hearing protection because I'm shooting suppressed. So in the field, it's not a big deal for me. I'm going to say this. I do wear hearing protection on the bench anytime I'm shooting, even though it's suppressed. But in the field, I don't. However, if you're going with somebody, they may not have a suppressor, you need to wear hearing protection, folks. I mean, I'm a very, very big proponent of that because you do this very long, you get out there and start shooting, and you're going to hurt your ears. Yeah. So I do keep a set of those in there just in case. I did not bring it, but I also carry some sort of a pistol. I think Hans does too. We carry some sort of a sidearm. It depends on what I feel like that night, but I'll carry anything from a 380 to a 9mm to a 40. Just depends on what I want to carry. But I do carry that, just a lot of times it's to put hogs down or something like that, or snakes or whatever else. But I think if you're going to lay your bag out and you're going to decide what goes in it, I definitely think that, you need to think about it logically. What could I need? I'll tell you one thing, and I use my phone for it, but that's sometimes a GPS or a map. I mean, if you don't have good phone service and you're going off, especially like us, where we're in the woods, it's the middle of the night. I mean, Hans has gotten lost out there before and didn't have phone service. Wasn't sure he was, might spend the night out there.
Yeah, so, left my phone on my mule.
I thought you didn't have.
Yeah, didn't have a flashlight. All I had was I was chasing a wounded hog in the woods, and all I took was a thermal and my rifle, and left my phone on the mule, left my flashlight, left everything. And I mean, chasing this hog, I got so turned around, and I was like, I'm gonna have to spend the night in here, and ended up finding a trail and finding my way back in the dark. But yeah, it's for sure.
Yeah, so you definitely want to think your stuff out. And I think that you're going to find yourself doing two things when you're packing this bag. You're going to leave out some really important stuff that you're going to figure out later, and that's fine. I mean, oh man, I need that. Okay, put it in there next time. You're also going to find stuff kind of like Hans go, what is this? Why is this in here? And when you find that stuff, you go, man, and again, I'm all for having emergency backup stuff. But if it's like, this is something I'm never going to use, I mean, unlikely, then take it out, lighten that load. I'll tell you something that I do keep. And if I'm on my Ranger, I have it there. If I'm, again, somewhere where, I'm with somebody else and I've got the secondary bag of stuff, I'm going to have a first aid kit. I want a first aid kit with me. I mean, never know when you're going to need a Band-Aid, but you also never know when, someone may get cut or something really bad. So you want to keep that with you.
The first time you and I hunted, remember I cut my, I don't know, I was doing something. I cut my thumb or something and it wouldn't stop bleeding.
Yeah, you cut it bad.
It wouldn't stop bleeding. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was years ago. Yeah, we were sitting in the truck and you were doing something. And I mean, he cut himself. There was blood all over his floorboard. I mean, he had to get out of the truck. I forgot all about that. And I said, hang on, I got a first aid kit and I've got Quick Clot and all this stuff. And he's like, what are you talking about? So yeah, I forgot about that. That was a bad cut. But anyway.
A quick story also about forgetting something. I forgot something very important in my bag one time and it cost me pretty dearly. I'll say this. So I wasn't hunting at night. I was deer hunting actually. And so when you're deer hunting, it's cold outside. I had a jacket on. It wasn't too cold, but I had a jacket on. I had my like a camo T-shirt, just a cheap one I got at Walmart. And I got out there and well, I'll tell the story. I'll jump forward to the end of the story. Got home and I said, "Hey kids, come here. I want to show you something." And I got my wife in there, and I opened my my jacket, and my shirt was half of it was missing. The bottom half was ripped off, completely ripped off, cut off. So all you could see, it was like the shortest crop top ever. You know, you see my belly, but under my jacket, I had half a shirt. And they're like, I was like, "Kids, what do you think happened here?" And this is a true story. And they're like, "Did a coyote get you, or what happened?" You know, like they were really concerned. I said, "No, Daddy got out in the deer stand this morning and forgot his toilet paper. So he had to cut his shirt in half and use that as toilet paper and walk back to the truck with a crop top shirt, shirt half cut off from not having any toilet paper." So yeah, that's the most important thing in my bag, y'all. And if you watch this though, you know this is the toilet paper.
That is hilarious. Yeah. Well, I think that, again, you need to think out your bag and you need to think what you put in there. I think you do need to put all the safety stuff. I think the toilet paper is important. But and I'd say this is what I've got in here for spring and summer. It's warm here now. If this was in the winter, I'd have some more stuff. I mean, I'd have, a spare set of gloves. I like to wear those neck warmers, those neck gaiters. You can pull up over your nose if it's really cold. If I'm sitting out there calling or something, I might pull one of those on. I might have a spare toboggan or something in there. So anyway, winter, I might have a few more things shoved down in there, but that's my normal spring and summer stuff. So here's the thing, guys. I know you go, well, this is not exciting. You showed us some batteries, ammo, flashlights, all the things I would put. But we get asked that, what's in your bag? What do you carry? And this is it. I mean, so this answers the question. It's probably very underwhelming. I think Hans's is a little more, comical than mine.
There's nothing more comical than your man satchel. I'm just telling you that.
That is a tactical side sling bag is all I'm saying. There's going to be people asking where I got that. So I'll just wait. Wait.
Yeah. I can probably tell him where he got it.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, well, folks, listen, we hope you enjoyed the show. Hope that through all of our cutting up and laughing, maybe you've thought of one thing here you've seen that you didn't have in your bag and you can throw in yours. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Again, we hope that you keep coming back here every week. We've done, like I said, beginning of the show, tons of reviews of tons of thermal and night vision optics coming up this spring and summer. So stay here. This is the Late Night Vision Show. We're on YouTube. Most of you are probably watching us here. We're also on all the podcast apps. We are loading these shows on Facebook as well as Spotify. The video is there, so you can watch it in those places as well. And you can always go to thelatenightvision.show.com and find all the past episodes and a little more about the show. For Hans, he is on Instagram 99% of the time. He's also on YouTube. He, like he just said, releasing his video. He's got a lot of videos I know he's planning to release. That's at Hans, that's HANSETX, Hans East Texas. You can find him in those places. And then Outdoor Legacy, you can find me on all the social medias. But the big thing, if you're looking for Outdoor Legacy, it's the website or it's giving us a call. OutdoorLegacyGear.com, 877-350-1818. Hans and I would love to be able to take your call, talk to you, answer your questions, and help you with a thermal optic or night vision purchase. Right. We want to, we would love to be your dealer and be able to help you out. Again, one of the things we offer to our customers is customer service before and after the sale. So if you've got questions, you got problems, after you bought your scope from us, you give us a call. And that's one thing that we see a lot is a lot of guys call us and they didn't buy from us. And they're talking to the ladies going, "Hey, I've got this problem. I need to talk to Hans. I need to talk to Jason." And we're too busy helping, our customers, the people that bought from us. We can't help everybody. And we hate that. But the point is it can be really important down the road. You need help. Maybe you need help zeroing it. Maybe your scope's doing something crazy and you got a hunt coming up and you're trying to figure out, is it defective or if I got a button pushed or, my reticle disappeared. What have I done wrong? What do I need to push? So we really, again, we want to help you not just before the sale, but after as well. So again, we would love to have your business. And Hans, anything else we need to tell
Yeah,
them?
we stay tuned next week for episode 211. It will be a review. We just don't know which review at this point. So we're going to get back to reviewing these optics. We've got a ton like we talked about before. We thank y'all again. Thank you for choosing Outdoor Legacy to buy your optics. Thank you for tuning in the show. Thank you for following. Thank you for all the comments and all of the amazing support. We've got some of the best listeners out there. Some of us actually find us entertaining and funny and serious and knowledgeable when we need to be. So we do appreciate it. And we look forward to coming back to you every Thursday to deliver this show and to continue all the content that we do on all of our other platforms. So again, join us next week, episode 211. We'll be talking about some type of optic. But until now and then, y'all stay safe in the fields and keep making them bacon pancakes.